Las Vegas, on our way to a comedy show. Come on along and enjoy. We'll go as far as we can. Can't show any of the comedy show because it's not a PG-friendly one. At least it wasn't last week. But it's at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop at Rick's Rolling Barbecue. Show you the way to get there, where it's at, and we'll broadcast right up to the start of the show. Appreciate you being here. Crash Keno Las Vegas. Continuing our different look at Las Vegas. It's on Sahara Road, headed towards the Strip. ItsJBTV, welcome. How you doing, sir? Any luck? Working. Steve McAnally, who's a professional comedian, travels all over. He's got a show here tonight, along with check out the venue. In the downtown area at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop area, the old Pawn Stars TV show right there. We'll park there and take a quick peek around. Off to the left, there's the old Lucky Dragon, I guess. That's who owns it, and it's more of a private casino. They don't really advertise. They're not really chasing whales or anything. It's just a nice place for a certain group of people to enjoy. Eddie Griffin appearing at the Sahara there. Funny guy. Headed to a comedy show on a Wednesday night. It happens every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Last week when I got there, they were all inside barbecue place. I'm sure they'll be there again tonight, but we're going to go check it out. We'll see if Chumley or anybody's hanging around at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Warm day today, not overly hot, as the summer starts to wane. Thank you very much for the congrats on the 1,500 subscribers. Appreciate it. Was at 1,502 today, dropped back to 15. Last I checked was 1,501. One of those great disappearing subscribers. Philip, how you doing? Good to see you. Stevie, good to see you. Welcome everybody. We're live in Vegas on our way to a comedy show. Not sure how far into the comedy show we can go on YouTube without it becoming a situation. I may try to film it and then edit out some of the inappropriate stuff. It'd be about a 3-minute show. Sammy Hagar at the Stratosphere and Friends is sold out. Sure you can get tickets on the aftermarket. Lost Norm Macdonald this week. Very funny guy. Was watching some of his highlights. There's a thing with him and Dennis Miller and 35 minutes of bashing on OJ. Very funny stuff on YouTube. Norm from Canada. Very funny guy. So in the Hangover movies, that's the world famous Chapel of the Bells. That's where the characters got married, Heather Graham and Ed Helm. And of course, a few other places around here where they have scenes from that movie. That's right here by the Stratosphere. If you're I want to do a left turn. If you're a Hangover tour kind of person, used to do the Wally World tour from Chicago to LA. Sometimes those movie tours are fun. Heading into the downtown area. If you're a Pawn Stars fan, you'll recognize where we're headed. It's hard to tell which way. That's a right turn lane, so we'll go straight. Midweek, Wednesday. not a whole lot going on. I was just at the Palace Station, and was able to capture a few rounds of Keno and other games. Did pick up some betting tickets. You're still a Chum fan. That's great for both pawning items and for trying to catch sharks. Here's another ticket. We'll go over these in a different video. I ended up with 4 tickets. I'm doing the over-under parlays this weekend. It's where I'm picking mostly unders on anything with a 60-point spread or better. And there's 2 reasons why. Because you're in it the entire game until someone scores more than 60 points. Or I'm sorry, the combined scores over 60. And then the chances of something like the A&M thing happening where they lose their quarterback is a lot better to keep it under. Let's see, Norm Macdonald, his brother was a news anchor in Canada along with something of Tom Brokaw. Sorry, I missed that part. Norm, a very funny guy, very deadpan, very dry sense of humor, always had a point to his joke. He never did the gratuitous jokes that I'm going to hear tonight at this comedy show. I'm going here for 2 reasons. One, to support Steve McAnally. I believe David Lee from Hawaii is performing tonight, which I'm very excited to see him. Way back in the day at the Honolulu Comedy Club, and he also performed at the Clarion back in the day. And also, as we get ready to open our hotel, looking for talent to perform on our stages. And this is one way we do it, kind of a talent scout night for me. Sometimes I go to different casinos to look at their house bands. Sometimes there's impromptu shows. Fremont Street, we found a couple of our acts way back in the day. One is currently in prison, but the other one did pretty well. And it's interesting how you find people or get discovered. Not that I'm a huge talent agent gonna make anyone trillions of dollars, but we want to do our part to try to identify the next up-and-coming comedian or musician and give them a venue to perform in Las Vegas. We got here pretty quick. Be able to do a little touring before we stop into the comedy show. A lot more people walking these streets back and forth from downtown these days now that they've shut down a bunch of these seedy motels. Still plenty of things you get yourself into trouble with, but that's Vegas. Shalimar Hotel, Las Vegas. A lot of these hotels down here are connected to wedding chapels. Random people standing out front flexing. Good to see you, sir. The Thunderbird Boutique Hotel Lounge and Wedding Chapel. Which came first, the lounge or the wedding chapel? Elvis is in the building right there. You can get an Elvis wedding. We used to offer a $99 wedding. You could have an Elvis for $199. You could have a good Elvis for $299. I can hold my breath until I pass out. Constant, you were singing that there. Holy hell. Couldn't hear that. Oh, that's quotes from Vegas Vacation, I believe. I apologize as I'm driving. I'm only catching half the verbiage there. Keno and Kagan, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for checking in. We are headed downtown to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, place where Pawn Stars was filmed. And we're going to enjoy a comedy show tonight on a scouting mission. But we're going to check out a little of the downtown area before we go. The show starts in 27 minutes. We got here quick, so we have a chance to check out this area. For you, good to have you here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. This is the intersection of the Las Vegas Strip and Charleston. The Haunted Museum is to our right. Maybe we'll go that way since we're early. We'll take a peek at it, see if the gates are open. There are football picks for the weekend. We'll have that out in a different video. Actually bought tickets. There's my 4 sets of tickets there. I'm doing the over-under 7-game parlays this weekend, where $2 wins you $162 and $3 wins $243 if you hit them. We got 4 tickets, 2 at $2 and 2 at $3. Did some overs, mostly unders. Like the unders because you're in the game the whole way until you lose. Sometimes the overs never quite get there. It's not a scientific method, but there's one game with a 77-point over-under. Pick that under, definitely. Keno and Kagan will be here in October to place their bets. Place your bets. Oh, here we go. Here's the Haunted Museum right here. Doesn't appear to be open right now. The gate is closed, but just off the strip. So I guess on a Wednesday, if you're coming in, do not make plans to go to the Haunted Museum. There's a haunted guy right there. He's open on Wednesday. Charleston east-west route, take you from the mountains on one side to the mountains on the other. Becomes something else on the east side. I think this kind of turns into another cousin of Philip's. That's correct. Philip has family everywhere here in Vegas. Not cousin. There's an all-night tax and massage parlor just past it. The A&M Chiropractic right there with the blinky light. Immigration Law Center. Arrested or injured? Give these guys a call. Looks like it should be in a TV show. Maybe that's where Dan Tana worked. MyLasVegasLawyer.com if you need one. Esmeralda's Cafe. Charleston Liquor Bazaar. Get some bizarre liquor, or the people are bizarre. The Hunt Ridge Center. You can get a massage right after you do taxes and you owe millions. It's definitely old school. This is now Maryland Parkway. The Circle K there to the right, I actually won $177 the other night on $25 invested. I was doing a recording, but for some reason it didn't take all the way, so there's like a 11-minute video for the 2 hours I was playing. And I put it out as a member-only video because there's a few people out there that don't like shaky videos. I apologize, but when you're sneaking in casinos, you can't put up all your equipment. Maybe if there's a way I can put a big S on the thumbnail of videos, you know it's a shaky video. Talked with some folks today about setting up the game room, the slots and video poker and Keno room at the new hotel for YouTubers to come in and create their content, have fun with it. Have a unique concept. Oakley Road. Again, Friday is change out the window day, so this will be another of the final broken windshield tours of Vegas. Someday I may actually register that as a trademark, the broken windshield tours of Vegas. Had some more conversations today on being a casino host for certain travelers into Vegas, helping to take them into some of the casinos, into the VIP rooms, the high roller areas, getting special treatments, special gifts, special discounts. All that's coming soon for Cash or Crash Keno, Las Vegas. Be your personal casino host. Have some great connections. Do I know anyone in Vegas who doesn't drink or gamble or stay up late? Well, the first two, I know people that don't drink or gamble. I'm not sure about the staying up late. There's define late. The reason I ask that is because a lot of people don't go out until 9 or 10 o'clock at night here, which is late everywhere else in the world. But if you go to a club at 9 o'clock on a Friday here, you're the only person there. Used to be a great Hawaiian restaurant there to the right. The Las Vegas Athletic Club right there to the right. Sam and Ash Lawyers. This is Karen Road, and I actually like stopping here because eventually Karen comes by. Looks like we have several candidates coming from the left side. I'm going to back up an inch or two here so I'm not in the crosswalk. Might get yelled at by someone. There's Karen right there. Hey, Karen. How's it going, Karen? Karen's not listening. Karen Avenue, the 1100 block east. Drinks on me. That's right. If you're the only person there, yell it out. Lots of Karen candidates here. Not that person. One time many years ago was in a it wasn't a club, it was a place, and hit an $800 jackpot on a video poker machine. I'm gonna duck if she throws the bottle. And it was amazing how many friends I got immediately as soon as I hit that. That's a water bottle, I can survive that. Yo, Karen. All right, let's go across with her. Now we got a merge up here. We got a blinking light, so I'm going to race the guy next to me. He's going to try to drive me into the cones, but I made it. Now this is an industrial part of Vegas, kind of a sketchy area now and again along Maryland Parkway. Then there's hospitals and businesses. Yeah, the windshield might not survive. You know what? Another break on the windshield really won't hurt us. Again, Friday's the big swap out. Very excited about that. Slight repairs, safe light replaces. Victoria in the house. Welcome. I'm going to run the yellow. Awesome. 7:41 now. We still have quite a bit of time until that comedy show. I left the Palace Station figuring it's going to take me a while to get there. We've actually gone further away from the comedy show than I was when I was at Palace Station. That's okay. I'll turn back around here. This is Desert Inn. You got our cracked windshield as well, Jimmy? Bert's Gaming here on the left used to be called Davy Jones's Locker. And it's one of those places, they have tavern licenses where you open a bar and you can put the gaming at the bar itself. And we used to do a round of 7 or 8 of those at a night, depending on how it was going. And the idea was you go in and you play 15 minutes, go to the next one, play 15 minutes, figuring that within 7 or 8 places like that, you're going to hit one of them. And typically it was very fun. Oh, this person's not even stopping, so we will let them go. And you know, you play 15 minutes, you don't lose too much, you don't win too much, but occasionally you'd hit that 5 of 5 for an $800 cash out. Was at a Circle K today. A guy hit a royal flush on a 50-cent bet, and didn't realize what he had hit. I just saw him paying him out from the from the 7-Eleven cashier, and I said, "Was it Keno or poker?" And he just stared at me and then yelled at me for asking him that question. So I didn't continue the line of questioning. But when he went back to the machines, he was playing poker again. So I surmised, based on the number of dollars in the payout and the game that he was playing, that it was a royal flush. It was a all right, this guy's not gonna let me in, is he? Not gonna let me in? Thank you, thanks a lot, appreciate it. You're kind of swell there. It's you know, we got to go over. Thank you. That was me being a smart ass right there. Sorry. Keno people are much nicer than poker people. Is that what you're saying? I like that. Keno people are a different breed. They, especially some on here that don't want to see poker. They just want to see the Keno. They don't want to see the slots, just the Keno. I get that, and I try to do as much as I can, but I also got to show what I do. Hit a slot jackpot, I like to show it. Poker, we're going to have a live poker training session for me coming up where I'm going to go live and play poker and allow the viewers to give me tips on how to play and show me what I'm doing wrong. Keno players, there's a certain amount of the repetition, the quick play, the quick decisions, or you've made your decision, you play it 30 times in a row and hope it hits, versus having to make a decision on every hand of poker. Slots is pretty easy. You just put the money in and you hit a button. You can change your bet, you can change your number of coins, that kind of a thing, but basically it's an algorithm and you just gotta be the lucky guy. In a video I did earlier today, playing some Clio, guy sits down at a, it's one of those where I'm sitting looking at the machine, and I know I should play it, but it's one of those weird Buffalo machines. Guy sits down, puts a $20 bill in, hits about a $100 jackpot on his first spin. Hit the 3 coins, and then he kept hitting the 2 coins to re-trigger it. That's when you start questioning your loyalty to Keno. We're driving between the Las Vegas Convention Center right now. This is a underground, under the Convention Center walkway portion of Desert Inn. May lose the signal for a moment. But in the summertime, when it's really hot, a lot of people hang out down here in the shade. When it rains, you don't want to be down there. The water collects. Desert Inn. There's a place back here called the Rita Suites. Used to have a different name when I was here, and it's been sold a couple of different times. Wish I could remember the name now all of a sudden. My oldness just kicked in. But they've got a little lounge area with a few slots along with the bar, poker, and Keno. And it used to be a place, a couple of the guys that were regulars at the Clarion like to come down here on their different nights that they'd have beverage specials, and so we'd walk over here. It's less than a mile away, and check out their gaming. Hit a couple of 5 of 5s, but nothing really major there. This is the Channel 8 drive, where Channel 8 TV is or used to be. Yeah, Treasure Island's close to here, yep. I guess this is a bus stop right there. Or if you need to purchase oregano, that's where you would go. This is the back side of the Royal Resort that's still closed. You can see Circus off in the distance. Make a left here and see the Resorts World. This will be the closest I get to going into Resorts World in a long time. Do some indoor skydiving here in Vegas. Got the Ross Dress for Less over here. Many times when I was here before, there'd be a cold snap and I'd have to go over and buy a jacket or something. It's a strange place. If not once seen the video, Treasure Island is where I got Steve on. I went live trying to find him, then when finally ran into him, I hadn't been in there for years either. I had no idea which way to go. This Denny's is always busy, and the Pepper Mill, highly recommended. If you're looking for a great place to get a late night meal. And again, staying out late, I would define the Pepper Mill late night meal as being 3 a.m. This is where the Riviera used to be, here on the right. Lots of great movies filmed there. 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Christian Slater, Howie Long movie. I think they actually drove a Hummer, military Hummer, in through the front door. Slots of fun over here on the left. This is in the 1980s where I would come to play craps with the homeless people on the street. They actually had a craps table on the street outside. The doors were open, and it's 50-cent craps. Played for quite a long time there. 50 cents a game. Any news on when the Palms reopens under the new ownership? I do not know. I'll have to check into that. I know that the Main Street station's been open for about a week now. Sorry about that, folks. No camera work there. Had planned on going the other night, but we got distracted down on the Fremont Street Experience. Light Warrior, great to have you here with us. Are you talking about Broken Arrow is a great movie? Any Christian Slater, Nicolas Cage, any kind of Vegas movie. Love them. Recommend watching all of them before you come to Vegas. Honeymoon in Vegas, Nicolas Cage back with Sarah Jessica Parker. The Hawaii scenes in that movie are outstanding. When Nicolas Cage ends up in the Hawaiian jail with the sweaty, naked Hawaiian guy. Trying to pronounce the street names. Is that Ka'a'a or Ka'a'a? Staying at the Strat? Cool. I will not go up to the top. I'm afraid of it. Don't know why. I think maybe if I got on a helicopter and they dropped me on, I'd feel safer than going up it. That's just my... I guess if I have a fear, it's long elevator rides up things like that. Washington Monument. Lived in Chicago for almost 9 years. Never went up the Sears Tower. Nicolas Cage, a lot of presence here in Vegas. He cranks out like 3 or 4 movies a year now. Sometimes a month. Every once in a while there's a gem in there. This spring was working with a group of people trying to actually sell one of his houses here for $6.5 million. Not sure if it ever sold. Yeah, the heights, the entrapment, the claustrophobia. I don't have claustrophobia unless I think about it. And the heights thing I'm really cool with until I'm not. I don't know if that's a part of it or not, but I can, I can go to the edge of the rim of the Grand Canyon, look over and hang over and, that kind of stuff, no problem. But then in a secured building, I was up on the Space Needle in Seattle as a kid. I think that's probably what it was, and my older brother kind of shoved me. You know how older brothers are. Did a big circle. Here we are back at the wedding chapel. So this is where they were breaking the mugs and all the stuff, and in the first Hangover movie. Here's the Aztec over here. This is a sketchy casino, but they got some games in it. You just want to go in the daytime or with an armed guard. Got some food in there too. I think it's a Thai kitchen. There's Bob Stupak Avenue. Of course, Vegas World. Bob Stupak won a World Series of Poker or some kind of poker tournament. Took his $1 million and bought hotel right over here, then eventually built the towers and more rooms and then sold it off. That's how he got in. A little more traffic this time. Coming up at 7:53, so I'm late to the comedy show, but that's okay. I think we can make it in 7 minutes. A lot of pedestrians here today. Went to a couple shows at the Strat, got comps to a couple of the all-star shows with the characters that played Michael Jackson, Tim McGraw, I think Brittany, Bette Midler. Who does a Bette Midler? All right, I gotta bounce one more time here. See if we can catch the light up here and we'll make it to the comedy show. I don't mind walking in late. I can stand in the back. Just can't broadcast probably most of the comedy, if you can call it comedy. I guess it's an art form. The person projecting their thoughts and views in a hope of eliciting a comedic response or laughter. I just have a thing about comedy shows having far too many reproductive organ references. It was a running joke at the old Clarion Hotel Casino in the Ray Wolf showrooms that no matter what time I'd walk into the comedy that would be the theme of the joke. And so sometimes I'd stand outside 15-20 minutes before I'd walk in, and I'd bring a few people with me just to prove my point. And sure enough, the punchline. So when we do our comedy show at the new hotel, there's going to be 2 or 3 restrictions, one of which is that type of joke is not permitted, just to make it harder on the comedians. Then we also did another thing back in the day where everyone on the show would write down a tagline, put it in a hat, then everyone else would draw from it, and whatever the phrase or saying was, you had to work it into your comedy routine as if it's something you always did. And that was just an internal joke, so the 4 or 5 guys on the show, the people who worked the club, would have something to laugh at or have a good time with. And one of the ones I would always use when I would do that was just the punchline of, well, I recognize the gorilla, but those aren't my pants. And so whoever had picked that would have to work that into their show. And some of them were very funny, others were just a gratuitous use of it, but it was always fun to watch them struggle when they got that one. A little dark down here as they destroy the old nasty buildings and rebuild it. Got 5 minutes to the comedy show. They usually start a few minutes late, so we'll be okay. I'll take you up with me as far as we can go, and as soon as they start with the inappropriate language or whatever, I'll have to shut it off because I don't want to violate my YouTube agreement. I certainly don't want to create a negative situation or a strike of any kind, and I appreciate your patience with that. If we get there and the show's already started and they're already yelling that kind of stuff, I may just drive on and not stop. I'll go down and check out Fremont Street. We'll see how it's going. I promised him I'd be there, hoping to find that secret talent that nobody knows about. And of course, as I mentioned before, David Lee performing tonight is the rumor. Hawaiian comic, very, very funny guy. He's a funny guy. Bo Irvine from Hawaii, very funny. Paul Ogata, worked with him back in the 80s. We were on the same comedy competition at the University of Hawaii. There was a Sarah Stanley was in that competition. She ended up on a couple of Magnum PI shows late in the run of that series. Ever played dollar bets on Keno? Yes. On 2 or 3, yes. Play it quite a bit, and what happens is, I don't know if there's any relation to Donho, we'll find out. What happens is, every video I've ever tried to do with the dollars, for the most part, you get into like the Cleopatra Keno bonuses and all that, and you only get, you know, coin for coin back. It never hits kind of like the nickels, quarters, and the other stuff does. But we did do one group poll in Arizona at the Talking Stick and did really well in the bonuses on the Cleopatra with the dollar bets. So we have another group poll coming up this weekend. We may do a few of the couple dollar bets. Doris, welcome. As part of that group poll, we have $280 in the pool so far, 7 players, $40 each. There's still room if you'd like to be involved. The next group poll we do is going to be a $5 per entry. You can do 1, you can do 10, you can do 100, however you want to do it. But we want to open it up to more people and have a little bit more of a pool to play with so that we have more games to play. But we'll do it at $5 per entry with no limit on the number of entries, minimum 1. All right, Gold and Silver Pawn Shop right up here just past Gas Street right here. And of course that tour bus coming by, it's Pawn Stars. And we're gonna pull into the parking lot here. There's no comedians on stage just yet. See if we can find some parking. It's not the best parking lot. Here we go. Perfect parking for an escape. You always want to plan your escapes when you're in Vegas. Last week I snuck a bottle of water in and they made fun of me, so I'm not gonna do that this time. Make sure I got my mask candy, even though it's inside. Here we go. Got my glasses somewhere. Add my glasses somewhere in case I need to read something. So this is the area where they do the comedy show. Seems to be quite a few people here this week, which is good. I'm gonna grab a base to put the camera on in case they let me do that. Let me put my glasses on. You get a little bounce here on the camera while I do this. I apologize. Everyone look away. All right. Downtown, love it. Who owns the club? Well, Steve McAnally, professional comedian, is the guy who puts on the show. He actually pays the comedians. So it's quite interesting how he does his show. He's also a rep for my renting of mats and towels and cloths and stuff at the hotel. So comedian by night, linen rep daytime. Appreciate y'all being here. This is a different view of Vegas than we've done before. I'll see if they give me permission to continue filming. We got some music going on, but you can see some of the downtown area. There we go. All right, guess what I just heard coming up here? We're gonna walk through. I think it's, there's not prevalent use of the words. You can still be on YouTube. I'm gonna walk through here real quick. Hi, how we doing?
It's good. How you doing, man?
I'm not gonna film I'm filming right now.
Okay.
Do you want to say hi to the folks? Because I told them who you are. This is Steve McAnally. It's my guy. And his beautiful wife. Professional comedian wife.
That's right.
And tell us about the show, because I got over a dozen viewers right now.
Nice. Well, if you turn this way, you
Right.
can see that this is the world famous Pawn Stars location.
Right.
That you guys watch on A&E, owned by Rick Harrison. He bartends here on weekends. We do comedy here on Wednesday nights, and you're always more than welcome to come out and hang out and have some fun, man.
How many performers tonight?
We have 5 people tonight.
Is David Lee here?
David Lee's here. except
Oh,
he's
fantastic.
Kitty Pine. He's got boobies tonight.
Oh, really? He's dressed up in a
Dressed
costume.
up.
Okay.
That's
All
He is
right.
Filipino, so it's expected.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, is that him right there?
Say hi to David, you want? Well, starting in 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay. And then I have a family-friendly show, so there's no swearing tonight, right?
Oh, none at all.
None whatsoever.
None at all. 100% clean. Look at this good clean Christian face.
There you go. Christian comedy tonight.
That's right.
All right. Very good. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm going to walk over here. Some great shops here, too. So that's Steve McAnally, professional comedian, and it's his show. He's putting it on tonight. And I'm torn between watching it, overpriced pawn shop. Yeah, I wouldn't buy anything from a pawn shop ever. I mean, if you find stuff, it's great to pawn it. You see over there's the Westgate Hotel and Casino, all the way over there. And then I know that our new hotel is right back in there because of that tall building right there is a couple blocks away from us. So if I stay, I'm going to have to shut off the camera. But if we keep going, we can do some more Vegas stuff. So I'll leave it up to all y'all to vote. If you'd like me to keep going around Vegas a little bit, I'll take off. Because now that I've been here and said hi, I'm good. But if you've had enough of it and I can sit for the comedy show, just let me know. And I will wait for a few votes from y'all. Because if I do stay, I will not be able to... no such thing. Hello, just some dude. How you doing? Good to have you here. A little bit after 8 o'clock. They're a little bit late starting the show. Here's the moon, in case you don't know what that is. Doing good. All right, here's what we're going to do is I'm going to go down here, and we're going to monitor from down below. So tell you later. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'm going to stay, and I'm going to come back on live later down on Fremont, or at the end of the show. Maybe I'll talk to some of the comedians, and we'll do an interview with them after the show, and I'll let them know that it has to be cleanish. But I might be able to discover somebody here. Baby getting too heavy to feed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I hate when the babies grow, right? Well, join me a little bit later on then. I'm going to stick around for the show. If I discover a comedian, I will make sure to share that person with you. And I'll show you the show here. Here's the stage. There he is. All right. Very good. All right. We'll see y'all guys later. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.